Hello, welcome to this 20 minutes gentle flow yoga practice. We'll start by just finding a comfortable seated position and just placing one hand over the heart and the other hand on top. And when you're ready, gently closing down the eyes, maybe even dropping the chin down slightly if that feels good. And just slowly drawing your attention now to your heart space and thinking of breathing into the hands. We'll take a big inhale together, filling up the lungs all the way to the top. And exhale, releasing the breath out. Inhale and exhale, release. On your next inhale, reaching the arms out to the sides and all the way up to the sky, allowing the palms to touch in prayer. And exhale just to seal the hands down to heart center. Inhale, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky and taking a hold of your left wrist, taking an inhale, finding length in the spine. And exhale, gently leaning over to the right side. And releasing the right fingertips down beside you, just holding this side stretch, maybe reaching a little deeper. Feel free to come down to the elbow. And on your next inhale, releasing the spine and the head back up to center. And taking the left hand over the side of the head, gently guiding the neck over towards the left shoulder, keeping the right fingertips down on the mat beside you. Just feeling this side neck stretch. And gently dropping the chin to the chest and interlacing the hands behind the back of the head, drawing the elbows together just to create some weight on the back of the neck. And releasing the hands away, releasing the head back up to center, taking a big inhale, reaching all the way up to the sky. And exhale, sealing the hands down to heart center in prayer. Inhale, reaching all the way back up to the sky and taking a hold of the right wrist this time, finding an inhale for length. And exhale, gently leaning over to the left side. And when you're ready, releasing the left fingertips down beside you. Maybe even increasing that side stretch and even dropping down to the elbow. Thinking of dropping the shoulder blades down the back. And releasing the spine and the head back up to neutral. Allowing the right hand to rest over the top of the head. And leaning over towards the right side, finding that side neck stretch. And keeping the left fingertips down beside you. And gently dropping the chin down towards the chest, interlacing the hands behind the back of the head. Releasing the hands away, releasing the head, and gently walking the hands forwards, rolling over the knees to find your all fours position. Allowing the knees to come underneath the hips, we drop the belly, lifting the gaze up high for our cow pose. And exhale as you round through the spine for cat. Continuing the spinal flow movement, alternating between the two. And moving as slowly or as quickly as feels good in your body. And when you're ready, we'll tuck the toes, lifting the knees up high, coming all the way back to find your downward facing dog. So thinking of pressing into all four corners of the palms here, allowing the feet to be hip distance apart and just taking any movement that feels good, maybe bending one knee then the other, before finding stillness in your down dog. We'll inhale, reaching the right leg up high for three-legged dog. Flexing the right toes down towards the mat. And as you exhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest and planting that right foot down between the hands, pivoting on the back foot to 45 degrees, and windmilling the left arm, then the right, arms wide for your warrior two. Flipping that front palm, reaching 2 inches forward and tipping all the way back to your reverse warrior. Allowing the left hand to come onto the thigh or maybe sliding down towards the calf. Taking an inhale. And exhale, releasing the right elbow on top of the right thigh, reaching up and over with that left arm for extended side angle, gazing up towards the sky. Taking an inhale. And exhale, releasing the arms wide, tipping all the way back to reverse warrior. We'll find a gentle flow here. And releasing all the way back as you exhale to extended side angle. Inhale. Exhale, tipping all the way back, reverse warrior. Inhale. And exhale, releasing back, extended side angle, holding here for a moment. And gently dropping the gaze down towards that front foot. And straightening the front leg, allowing the arms to open wide to find our trikonasana. So just stacking one shoulder on top of the other. And then allowing that top hand to pull you all the way back up to standing. Taking a soft bend into that front knee to pass through warrior two. And windmilling the arms down to frame that front foot and just stepping back to find your downward facing dog. Taking 2 deep breaths here to settle. And on your next inhale, reaching the left leg up high for 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, drawing the knee in towards the chest, planting the foot down between the hands, pivoting on the back foot. Windmilling the arms open, releasing to find your warrior two. Gazing out towards the middle finger of the front hand. See if you can stack that front knee over the ankle and keeping it in line with the second toe. We'll flip the front palm, reaching 2 inches forward and tipping all the way back to find your reverse warrior. Allowing the right hand to rest on the thigh or sliding down the calf. Holding for another inhale. And exhale, releasing the arms wide, taking the left elbow to rest on the left thigh. Finding that one long line from the top hand all the way down to the side of the ankle. And gazing up towards the sky as an option. Taking one more inhale. And exhale to tip all the way back to your reverse warrior. We'll find our flow. Inhale. And exhale, releasing back for extended side angle. Inhale. And exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale. And exhale, extended side angle. Just holding here, and then turning the gaze down towards that front foot. Straightening the front leg as you open the arms out wide, stacking one shoulder on top of the other, reaching the arms, finding one long line for our triangle pose. And then allowing that top hand to pull you all the way up towards standing. Finding a soft bend into that front knee to pass through a warrior two, and windmilling one hand down then the other, stepping back to your downward facing dog. We'll inhale, rising up high on the toes and just taking small steps forward all the way up to the top of the mat, allowing the feet to come hip distance apart. We'll inhale, taking the hands to the shins, finding one long spine for our halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, one long spine. And exhale to fold. One more like this. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Soft bend into the knees, rolling up through the spine, coming all the way up to standing, reaching the arms out to the sides, all the way up to the sky, allowing palms to touch in prayer. And exhale to swan dive all the way back over the legs for our forward fold. Soft bend into the knees, rolling up through the spine, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, swan diving over the legs for forward fold, planting the hands down and just stepping one foot then the other back to downward facing dog. We'll inhale, lifting the left leg up high for 3-legged dog. And exhale, drawing the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Dropping the back knee, releasing in the back toes for our lizard stretch. Staying up high on the hands, or option to drop down to the elbows if that feels good in your hips today. And feel free to take any blocks or anything that can create height underneath your elbows or hands if that helps you too. And just drawing the attention back to the breath. And thinking of lengthening each inhale and each exhale. And if you're down on the elbows, gently releasing back up to the hands. And just heel toe that front foot in towards the center, allowing the left hand to come to frame the front foot. And just pivoting on the back knee, turning it in towards you. As you walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat. Taking your right hand down beside you and releasing the left arm to the top. Allowing the top hand to pull you all the way back up to kneeling, keeping that left leg out straight beside you. And tipping down so the left hand rests on the left calf. And reaching all the way to the front of the space with the top arm. We'll find a gentle flow here, so inhale. And exhale, tipping all the way back. So that right hand gently rests on the mat beside you, finding one long line. Before tipping all the way back to the other side. Continuing this flow. Enjoying the length, creating space between each rib cage on each side. And when you find your right hand back on the mat, pausing here. Releasing the arms down beside you, walking the hands all the way back towards the top of the mat, pivoting back on that back knee. And tucking the back toes, lifting in the back knee so you can step all the way back to your downward facing dog. And we'll just meet here for 2 deep breaths. We'll inhale, reaching that right leg up high this time for 3-legged dog. And exhale, drawing the right knee towards right elbow, releasing the right foot down on the outside of the right hand. And when you're ready, dropping the back knee down to the mat. And just untucking the toes, finding your lizard stretch where you want to hold for a few rounds of breath. So maybe dropping down to the elbows or finding the support. Or staying up high on the hands today. Just noticing if one side of your body feels different to the other today. And seeing if you can turn your attention inwards. Noticing if the mind starts to wander. And intentionally bringing it back to your breath. And when you're ready, if you're down on the elbows, just releasing back up to the hands or removing any support to the side. Heel toeing that front foot in towards the center, allowing the hands to come to frame that front foot. We'll pivot on the back knee, walking the hands all the way round beside you, allowing the left hand to drop down beside you, reaching up with that right arm, finding space between that right side body. And when you're ready, releasing that right arm to pull you all the way back up to kneeling, allowing the right hand to rest on the right calf or thigh, leaning all the way over with that left arm. Breathing into the space between each rib cage on the left side. We'll find our flow, releasing all the way back, dropping the left hand down beside you, finding that one long line. Inhale and exhale, releasing all the way back towards the right side. Inhale, releasing all the way back, dropping that left hand down beside you. And flowing one last time all the way over to that right side. When you come back with the left hand down beside you, enjoying that stretch for one last moment, before releasing that right hand down, soft bend into that right knee, walking the hands all the way back round, pivoting on that left knee, framing that front foot as we tuck the back toes, lifting in the back knee and stepping back to find your downward facing dog. Just pausing here for 2 deep breaths. And when you're ready, just slowly dropping the knees down to the mat and coming back to sit on the heels, dropping one hand down beside you just to swing the legs around. And bringing the legs to cross. Allowing the right hand to come towards the left knee. Releasing left fingertips behind and gazing over that left shoulder for an easy twist. Taking an inhale. And exhale, releasing everything back to center. We'll just switch sides, taking the left hand onto the right knee, releasing right fingertips behind as you gaze over the right shoulder. And releasing back to center. We'll take a big inhale, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, just sealing the hands down to heart center in prayer. We'll take a big inhale together, filling up the lungs all the way to the top. And exhale, taking a big breath out. One more like this. Inhale, filling up the lungs all the way to the top. And exhale, releasing the breath out. And just take this moment to notice how you're feeling now after your yoga practice. Just tuning into your body. I thank you for joining me today. The light in me sees, loves, and honors the light in you. Namaste.